Kinsey Schofield here, and today I have something truly special for you. We were invited to a private preview of Julien's Auctions' latest exhibition, Princess Diana's Style and a Royal Collection. Now, this is a rare, intimate look at the fashion legacy of the Princess of Wales, from iconic gowns to elegant accessories and even personal treasures that haven't been seen by the public in decades. These pieces tell a story of Diana's transformation from a shy royal newlywed to a confident global style icon. And with over 300 items going up for auction on Thursday, including Diana's British Lung Foundation sweatshirt, that one, like the ultimate street style, and a breathtaking illustration of her wedding gown, this collection is simply extraordinary. But it's not just about Diana. This auction also features rare finds connected to the late Queen Elizabeth II, Princess Margaret, one of her bracelets. I think I actually saw one of her bracelets up close. It was absolutely gorgeous. And the Duke and Duchess of Windsor, making this a true celebration of royal fashion history. So come along with me for an exclusive first look as I catch up with Martin Nolan, executive director of Julien's Auctions, to talk about some of the most iconic pieces in this once in a lifetime sale. P.S. Watch until the end to see what I bid on. See something you'd like? Let me know in the comments below. What would you bid on if you had the opportunity? Unlimited budget. Let me know what you would bid on in the comments below. Let's go. Hi, we are here at the Peninsula Hotel in Beverly Hills, getting ready to talk to Martin Nolan of Julien's Auctions about the Princess Diana auction happening this week. Martin Nolan of Julien's Auctions, you're a friend of mine now.
We are friends.
We're friends, and every
Look how elegant you look. You're really getting into this royal style.
I did this just for you. Every time we're together, it feels like a treat, because we are looking at items that have been owned by, touched by the actual royal family. How significant is this auction this year?
This is a historic auction. Of course, first of all, you love this. I love this. So that's why we have a good rapport, and that's why we enjoy these little tours of our various exhibitions. This, of course, is an exhibition celebrating Princess Diana's style and other members of the royal family. There's over 350 items going on the auction block on Thursday here at the Peninsula in Beverly Hills, where we are standing right now.
Yeah.
And so this is a historic auction because this is the largest auction of Princess Diana since her own auction that she did in June of 1997 in New York. She sold 79 of her dresses, all to benefit various charities that she supported, like landmines, children's cancers, and people with AIDS.
Yeah.
And so she raised over 3.5 million at the time, which was a phenomenal amount of money in 1997. Fast forward now to 2025, and we have some of those items from her original auction coming back to the auction block. But because we're selling dresses now for over $1 million from Diana, people who've had these items, Diana gifted to them throughout her lifetime. And keep in mind, we only knew Diana for 16 years.
Wow.
From July 1981, when she was introduced to the world as that beautiful blushing bride at age 20, and tragically we lost her in August of 1997. So these items all represent that short lifespan, but the amazing amount of what she accomplished in such a short period of time. Keeping in mind, Diana is the mother of the future king, Prince William. And
a dreamboat.
Exactly. And so we are really honored at Julien's to be a part of this historic event. We did a huge auction for Diana last June here at the Peninsula. Massively successful.
I lost my bid, by the way.
Oh, well,
But this year I'm going to do it. I'm going to win
this time, right?
Yes.
But so people will be bidding all over the world. So a live auction, 10 a.m. here at the Peninsula Beverly Hills. So we invite people to join us. And if you can't be in the live event, go to juliensauctions.com, register to bid and be a part of this historic event, because this is truly one of the record books. And this is the last time these items will all be in one place. These items will be dispersed all over the world after Thursday. So this is one last chance to see incredible items like her ski suit or her sweatshirt or some of her sketches or some of her handwritten cards. Truly amazing items to be you and I standing among these incredible items.
Can I just nerd out for a second? There's one of them over here. There's something so special to me about the handwritten notes, because if you are a history buff, it really gives you insight into where Diana was at that moment in her life. You know, she's being, you know, she's so gracious, whether she's thanking somebody for a gift or for an experience. It really gives you insight into what was going on in her personal life. So if you are somebody that studies her life, you can read one of these letters and it can completely change your perspective about what was going on at that point in time. Isn't that amazing?
That is so true. And you know, like sadly now it's a text or it's an email. And so with Diana's era, it was handwritten cards, beautiful Christmas cards, thank you notes. Imagine writing a thank you note. And she was prolific writing thank you notes.
Yeah.
And people wrote to her, she would respond. She was such a kind, caring, compassionate, likable human being, ruled by her heart instead of a rule book,
Yeah.
to quote her own words. And there's one particular letter that she wrote 2 days after her wedding to Mark Simpson, who was a footman at the palace, because Diana moved into the palace when she was 19.
Yes.
And to be groomed and prepared for her royal life. And she was lonely, she was sad, she was away from family and friends. So he tried to humor her. Also, she wasn't eating. She dropped 5 sizes from the first fitting for her wedding dress until the final fitting for her wedding dress. So Mark used to bring her bowls of cereal morning, noon and night to try and encourage her to eat.
So cute.
So she writes this letter to him 2 days after the wedding. She was 20 years of age. It's a child.
Right.
And she's like talking about thanking him for looking after her. She asked, what am I going to do without all these bowls of cereal?
Oh, how cute.
And then she also says, did you like my wedding? What did you like the wedding dress?
Yeah.
And so it's like, she was young and naive, and yet she was at that time believed to be the future Queen of England.
And she had no idea how much the world was in love with her.
She had no idea. I mean, she was shy, but like she was very smart in the sense that she learned that she could send so much message by what she wore. And she wanted to be approachable and likable. You think about the keyring dress that was designed by Belleville Sassoon for her trip to Australia in 1988 when I was living in Sydney. I remember Diana coming with Prince Charles, for the celebrations, January 1988, and she wearing that dress. She loved it so much. She wore it on 9 different occasions in Africa, in Spain, and numerous outings at various hospitals with sick children in the UK. And so that's a dress that we've never seen at auction. It's coming to auction now, estimated 200 to 300,000. That's conservative. That should sell for a lot more than that. And it's a beautiful, colorful dress, known as the carrying dress, that could be worn today. It's still relevant. And Diana was really conscious of the fact that she didn't want a Diana era like the Elizabethan or the Victorian or Edwardian or Georgian era. She wanted classic, timeless fashion. She worked with her designers to achieve that. And if you look around this room, everything that you see here, some of them are 40 years old. They could actually be worn today.
Well, I mean, I'd wear that ski outfit. What does that ski outfit say about her? It says I'm a fun mom, if you ask
Well,
me.
she's a working mom. She's a real mom. She's doing fun stuff with her husband and her sons. She wore that ski outfit she bought off the rack, designed label as Head, not one of the big fancy design labels.
Right.
And she wore it in Liechtenstein in 1985. She wore it again in Austria. She wore it again in Switzerland. Again, repeat, repeat, repeat. That's what she did. So truly remarkable. And she was helped modernize the monarchy, because we didn't actually see members of the royal family in their ski or their leisure outfits. She wore that beautiful sweatshirt, emblazoned with the British Long Foundation, so she knew that she was going to be photographed wherever she went. So she would always try to shine a spotlight on a designer or on a charity, use her fame to help and support and give others a start, if you will.
That hat over there is something I would absolutely wear today.
Philip Somerville hat designed for Diana for her trip to Australia.
It was designed for her?
Yes. in Darwin, 1988, February 1988, she wore this hat. And like Philip Somerville said that he started working with Diana when she was an adult, when she was more grown up. And he was the one that encouraged her to wear the wide brimmed hat.
Yes.
Before that, she was wearing sort of pillbox hats. And if you look at the hat that she wore on the honeymoon outfit designed by John Boyd from Scotland, the Scottish milliner. So you see that hat here, great photograph of her wearing it. And you see the suit that she wore, the pale pink suit with the white collar.
She's still trying to be someone else, Martin.
You think so?
Do you not think?
Well, I don't know, but this is truly like so angelic. I mean, she was 20 years of age.
But like I look at this and I say, that's who she is.
Yeah, and this was, I believe, this was taken in Seville in Spain. And again, it's amazing, so glamorous. And, you know, she always coordinated colors with the clutch and the matching shoes and etc.
Well, give me the hard sell. If I'm looking at this and I want to bid, I'm watching you from all over the world. How can I bid on this beautiful dress? Or I love this. Catherine, the Princess of Wales, wears outfits like this to this day.
Yeah, there's a power suit by Escada. She wore this on at least 5 occasions. And it's interesting, it's a 3-piece. This beautiful sapphire insert here is not a blouse, it's actually a bodysuit.
Wow.
So it was like, didn't ruffle or, you know, it was just fitted perfectly on her. And so this was in the late 80s, early 90s when she was empowering women that you too can be sitting in a boardroom and be a CEO of a Fortune 500 company, because that's not sort of a relevant conversation today. But back then she was breaking the glass ceiling for women. She was empowering women, and she'd show up in a meeting and she'd carry a briefcase and she looked the real deal as a business executive, which of course she was, but she was using her fame as well to send the message to other women around the world that we can do it. We are relevant. We are here. We're not just minding and raising our kids, which we are doing, but also there's an opportunity to be a significant executive within major corporations worldwide. And that's the message she was sending. This beautiful dress she wore to the Royal Ascot, the races in June 1987.
How come I don't see you there? You strike me as somebody I should be running into.
I was in London last week, but alas, that's when Royal Ascot was on. But
next time, you and I need to go one year.
Friends, we'll have a glass of champagne for sure. But this Bruce Oldfield 2-piece outfit was worn by Diana in June of 1987. You see her with Fergie, Duchess of York.
Yes.
And you also see her with the Queen Mother riding in a horse-drawn car. So that's beautiful. This is a gorgeous Catherine Walker outfit. This was for her royal portrait in 1985. And you notice, sleeveless, low neckline, above the knee. And that's because Diana was officially separated from her husband, Charles, not formally divorced as yet. That divorce came in July of 1996. But this was a photograph that Diana was at the approved portrait photograph by the Palace of Diana. And you know that she was liberated. She didn't have to follow all the royal protocols that she was subjected to, if you will, for about 14 years as the future Queen of England at the time, as she believed. So incredible items at every price point. Amazing shoes, handbags. Rain is some of the more well-known shoes that she worked with, and they would have a shoe mold, so they would make the shoes in the colors. The Dior bag, of course, very famous.
I can't even believe you have this.
Gifted to Diana by Bernadette Chirac, First Lady of France, on her visit to France in September 1995. We see Diana carrying this actual bag in Argentina on a royal visit in November 1995. And it's Dior, so originally known as the Choo Choo bag, but was renamed as the Lady Di or Lady Dior bag. Prada bag, you see great photos of Diana wearing with this bag here, and also her Chanel shoes. So again, you see her with the photographs here. She used to be always wearing British designers, and then Anna Harvey, the British editor of Vogue magazine, said, Diana, you're a global icon. You should be wearing the more global brands. And so she embraced that, and she was willing to learn from designers, because when she came into the royal family, you wouldn't describe Diana as a fashionista, but she certainly knew the importance of her role. and the fame that she carried. And then she learned that she wasn't afraid to listen to designers and get ideas. And then when she would want, you know, outfits for various events, she would get the sketches. Her lady would go and get the sketches. Then Diana would make the adjustments that would be fitting for her. And then the designs would be made for her. So again, Elizabeth Emanuel made the wedding dress. The wedding dress, as I said, she dropped 5 sizes from the first measurement to the final fitting. And so at 20 years of age, she wore this dress, which is 20 pounds weight, had a 25-foot long train. And as she shrunk in size, they had to trim the train to be proportioned to the dress. And so this sketch by Elizabeth Manuel has a piece of the actual original lace from her train. That's that letter I spoke about to Mark Simpson, which is amazing. This is fun because it's a check written by Diana Spencer in February of 1981.
Well, look, I know you are incredibly busy, so I don't want to take up any more of your time, but juliensauctions.com is the place to go if you want a piece of royal history.
And we're here at the Peninsula Beverly Hills.
Let me show you what I bid on. Princess Diana Bally white leather convertible clutch, a white leather convertible handbag designed by Bally, belonging to Diana, Princess of Wales. The leather clutch features curved lines. So I like this one, but I kind of wish I would have bid on the pink one. I'll let you know if I get it or not.